Hello, welcome to the studio. I'm Nishay. I'm so happy that you're here today. We are going to be doing a 15-minute standing stretch. You will need either a stretch strap or a towel, and just kind of slowing things down, taking the moment for yourself to move and be present. So I want you to make sure you have enough room beside you, and we're going to get started. I want you to go ahead and place the strap down. We're going to start with a couple of cat-cow stretches first. So what you're going to do is I'm going to turn profile so you can see the position of my spine. We're going to let the head just drop down chin to chest, and then you're going to walk your hands down, rounding your back. You're going to bring your hands all the way just to the top of your thighs, right above the knees. And then from here, I want you to round your spine, curling your tailbone, and see if you can try to pull the shoulder blades apart. And then you're going to extend the spine. I want you to push your hips back. You're going to slightly bend the knees as you keep your hands on top of the thigh bones. And you're going to look up towards the ceiling, stretching your back and stretching those hips all the way back behind you. So kind of arching through that back. And then you're going to tuck your chin to chest, round through the top of your back, curling that tailbone under you. Inhale and exhale, pushing the tailbone away as you look up towards the ceiling, rolling those shoulders down away from the ears, finding that nice stretch. And inhale, rounding into that cat spine, and exhale, sending that chest and focus up towards the ceiling into cow. So I want you to go a couple of more cat-cow stretches on your own. Just try to feel that you're moving through two positions of the spine, as big of a range of motion as the body will allow. Make sure that those knees stay bent so you stay nice and grounded to the floor, so you're finding that balance as well. We're going to do one more each, rounding and extending. Again, just kind of getting everything warm. And then you're going to walk those hands all the way up. Let your arms just rest down by your side. Okay, so we're going to go back into that same position of walking the hands down towards the tops of the legs. I want you to bend your knees, and I want you to push your hips back. So you should be kind of in a little baby squat like this, okay? So we're going to do just a slight twist. I want you to take one hand, and you're going to place it over to the other. So now you've got both hands on one thigh. You're going to take the other hand that's free, that's not holding on. Back behind your head, we're going to do 10 twists with the upper body. So you're going to twist 10, up, 9. You're following the elbow with your eyes, and you're breathing here. If at all you're feeling any lower back pain, I want you to come up to standing, and I want you to do the same thing. So you're still trying to twist and look up, kind of as twist back, look up at the same time. So you're getting that nice twist through the upper body, a little bit of a rib cage twist as well. Keep those abs nice and tight. Go one more time. And then we're going to go immediately to the other side. So if you can, again, stay in that squat position. But if you're feeling this in your low back at all, I want you to come up to that standing position, and you can do this exercise without having to feel any of that tightness. No tightness today. Make sure that you are breathing. We're going to do 5 more here. Try to open up the chest as best as you can. This one's a really good one for the expansion of the chest and the shoulders. A lot of the times we are forward, folding over the slug, shrugging shoulders. 3, 2, last one, and then come all the way up to standing. So I'm going to turn to that profile position again, and I just want to stay in this position. You can stay facing forward because we're going to tuck chin to chest, and I want you to see, we're going to do just roll down over the legs here, but I don't want you to push your hips back. I want you to be over your toes. So I want you to think of kind of scooping those abdominals in, and you're going to reach all the way down towards the toes. Now again, the tendency is to come back, so I want you to imagine that you have a wall behind you, and if it helps, you can stand up against a wall, and you're going to just let that upper body just relax over the top of your low body, over the top of the legs, And then once you feel a good stretch all the way down the back of the legs, you're gonna slowly roll it back up, all the way up. All right, so again, you can do this one on the wall. If you need to, you're gonna roll all the way down and all the way up, and you're trying to keep the hips from pushing back against that either wall that you have or imaginary wall. So you're gonna roll it down, roll it up, and I want you to do 3 of these. You're gonna do nice and slow movement here. So looking up and then looking down, go over those toes, let those arms reach towards the floor, let your head drop in between the arms, breathing here. Alrighty, so I want you to finish up on your last one. We're gonna come all the way up to standing, come all the way up. We're gonna take our hands back behind low back. So palms are gonna push into the low back hip area, right above where your cheeks are. Bend the knees, and I want you to think about your pelvis right here. Your pelvis is gonna push forward. I want you to pull your abdominals into the spine. You're gonna look up towards the ceiling, and then I want you to pull those shoulders all the way back. I want you to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. You're gonna hold this stretch, 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna release it. All right, so pushing the hips forward first. Again, pelvis is gonna go. Bend the knees. Make sure you're not knock-kneed or you're not hyperextending through the knee. And you're gonna push those hips forward and then come right back up. So the focus comes up as the hips go forward. And then you're releasing here. Now make sure that, again, you're not feeling this in your low back. If you feel like you are, you can A, don't push your hips as far forward, or B, lift up out of your hips, lifting the rib cage up as high as you can, and then come forward with those hips. So as much as you can lift up out of the hips just helps with the spine instead of that arc and decompression. You want to think of stretching your spine. We're going to do 2 more here. Go 1 more time. Awesome. Rest. Now I'm going to turn back to facing you guys. We're going to do the same thing with the hips going side to side. So we're going to reach the arms all the way up. I want you to take one hand over the top of the wrist, and you're going to push your hips in the opposite direction of where you pull, and then come right back up. So again, lifting up out of your hips to push those hips all the way out to the side as you take that big stretch over, and then coming back up. So we're going to do 2 more on this side, and then we're going to switch. Push those hips out, switch it out. So lifting up, again, we try to lift up out of the hips. You want to think of how tall can you get? So you're really trying to lift away from the legs. 2 more here, lift out, push those hips. Last one. Good. So if any of those felt good to you, we did a lot of coming forward, coming back, and then to the side. So as much as we can try to move our pelvis in different directions. Okay, so I want you now to grab your band or your towel. We're gonna take it just underneath the shoulders, reach the arms forward so you're holding on to that band, and you're gonna lift it up overhead. We're gonna bring it all the way down to the hips and then send it right back up overhead. Now, if you're not getting a big range of motion and the shoulders are talking to you, it's difficult to bring those arms up over your head. You can just soften the elbows, almost bending those elbows. See if that helps, and if you need to, don't go up over your head. Maybe you're just going up to your forehead, and that's fine too. So I want you to do 3 more here, just getting that nice big range, as big as you can. 2, last one. All the way up. Good, all the way down. Now from here, we're gonna reach those arms all the way up overhead, and again, this might look different for everyone. Everyone's gonna bend the elbows, and we're gonna pull the band slightly behind the back of our head, and then coming up. So I'm gonna turn profile so you guys can see slightly behind the head, and then coming up. Now again, if this is too much for the shoulders, I want you to bring the band in front of the head or send the band on top of your head as you bend the elbows. So you should be in a goalpost position with the elbows as you bend them. And then ideally that band is going back behind the head so you get that nice stretch through the front of the chest and shoulders. We're gonna do 3 more here. Last 2. Last one. Reach those arms all the way up overhead. We're gonna do our twist and side to side. So coming into a twist like we did at the very beginning of class today. Slight bend in those knees, so again, you're grounded, and then as much as you can lift up to twist, looking back behind you, make sure that your knees are not falling in towards each other. We want to really keep your staying grounded here, and watch that you're not allowing the lower body to twist. We really want just the upper body to twist. One more each. Try to keep those arms lifted. Again, if you need to bend your elbows, you can. We're going to go side to side now, up and over. Breathe it out here. Warming up those shoulders. 2 more each. 1 more each. And last one. Nice work. Alrighty, lower the arms down. You're gonna place the band or the towel down on the floor. I want you to give me big arm, really shoulder circles here. So pulling the shoulders up and back, breathing it out, just letting out all that tension. Try to keep your arms nice and heavy. If you need to, you can shake them out. And then we're gonna reverse those circles. So now coming forward, inhaling and exhaling. Again, try to do big, deep breaths here. You can close the eyes. I want you to kind of just calm the body here. We're kind of on the cool down phase. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna send the hands on the hips, and we're gonna go for a little circling through the hips. So I want you to place your weight onto one leg. You're gonna lift the other leg up, and you're gonna circle it around. You're gonna touch it to the back, and then circle it back in. And circle it around to the back and then pull back in. So I'm going to show you profiles so you guys can see. So we're pulling the hip in an external rotation. We're bringing that leg up to the chest and all the way around to the back, and then completing that. If you think about a gate, you're kind of opening up the gate and then closing the gate. And again, this might feel different for everyone, so if you need to make just a smaller little baby gate, that's fine too. But I want you to find balance here. Try to find the stability through that standing leg. We're going to do 1 more each. Awesome. And then we're going to reverse our switching sides. So you're going to lift and pull the gate open, lift, and close the gate closed. And this is another good reminder to try to lift up out of your hips. Any type of balance work that you're doing, you have to have a strong core for balance, right? So we're working on it right now. As much as you can, stay on one leg and let that other leg just working freely. Because you're strong through the abs, we're going to keep those abs held tight to the spine. And then again, you want to lift up and out of the hips. 3 more here. Last 2. Go 1 more time. Awesome job. Bring both of those feet right underneath the hips. Shake out the legs. Let the arms just hang down by your side. Give me a big, deep inhale as you shrug those shoulders up. And an exhale as you drop and release them away from your ears. 2 more times. Big inhale up. Big exhale out. Last one. Big inhale up. And big exhale out. Nice work, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed class. You got a little bit more of a burst of energy. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time.